Dragon Masters. Eye of the Earthquake Dragon. Chapter 10. Bracken Falls. Naga, turn your eyes to the kingdom of Bracken. The twins repeated, Not Bracken! Drake yelled, No! The dragon's large yellow eye looked at Uri and Zelda. But the twins started blinking ahead, still under Madri's control. The Naga is a peaceful dragon, Worm told Drake. He does not want to harm anyone, but he must obey his masters. The Naga's eye turned away from the door. Let us see what is happening in Bracken now, Mildred said. Drake, I sent you have a magical object with you, an object that acts as a portal to Bracken. Portals? Drake asked. Then he understood. Drake held up the magic mirror. Excellent, Mildred said. Gaze into it and tell me what you see. Drake didn't want to obey Mildred, but he needed to see what was happening in Bracken. His family, his friends, were they safe? Drake gazed into the mirror, and a sense appeared. He could see King Roran's castle in the distance. He could see the green fields where crops grew, and the hunt where his family lived. The sun was shining as villagers worked in the fields. Then suddenly, the ground began to shake. People began to run. Some of the huts collapsed. Big cracks in the earth started to break apart the builds. No, that's my home! Drake yelled. Tears ran down his cheeks. Dharma stepped onto the Mildred. Mildred, why must you destroy the world? Mildred chuckled. I'm not trying to destroy it. I'm trying to control it. He replied, With the power of the Naga at my command, everyone will do what I say, and command everyone. And I'm starting with Bracken, because that is where my enemies had gathered. Those wizards will be sorry they tried to mess with me. Jane pulled her sword out of the wall. Arr! With a mighty cry, she charged toward Mildred. The wizard scowled. He held up his hands and pushed forward. Magical energy sent Jane flying backward across the temple. Chapter 11. Drake's Plan. Jane crashed into the temple wall and slid down to the floor. Drake and Dharma ran over and knelt down beside her. Are you alright? Drake asked. Jane slowly opened her eyes. I'm okay, Jane replied. There's some bumps and brushes. The attack on Bracken had ended. Mildred walked over to Drake and looked into the mirror. Your castle is still standing. Perhaps I should make the Naga attack Bracken again, or shall I attack somewhere else next? The dark wizard strolled away. Stroking his beard as he pressed the floor of the temple. The Naga's eye appeared in the doorway as he waited for his next command. Think, Drake told himself. This has to be a way to get the twins to stop obeying him. His eyes traveled up to the glowing eyes of the stone dragon above the Naga's door. A solution hit him. Drake quickly whispered to Jane and Dharma, "If I can take the keys out of the eyes, Melody won't be able to control the twins anymore. I'm going to climb up there and grab them." Dharma nodded. "Go," Jane urged him. Melody was still pacing, deciding where to attack next. Drake tiptoed on the doorway. The keys were up high on the door. Inside their eye sockets the stone dragon. Luckily, the caved body of the dragon along the side of the door was perfect for climbing. Drake climbed until he was in the arm's reach of the gold key. I just need to grab it and then grab the silver key next, he thought. Unlocking the case should spread Melody's hell over Uri and Zelda. He gripped the top of the dragon's head with one hand. He stuck out his other hand to grab the gold key. "Ouch," Drake replied. The key had shocked his fingertips when he touched it. Melody heard them and spun around. "What are you doing up there?" he asked. Then he aimed his magical fingers at the dragon, ready to attack. Chapter 12. Drake's Sword. "Leave Drake alone, you evil wizard," Jane cried. Melody was still facing Drake, preparing to attack. Jane ran up to him and kicked him behind the knees. The wizard fell forward. Dharma ran to help Jane hold Melody down. "Hurry, Drake," he called out. "Grab the key." "I can't touch it," Drake cried. But then he remembered his sword. He used his free hand to pull the sword from his belt. His other hand slipped, but he caught the dragon's mouth before he fell. He caught the dragon, then he used the sword to steal the gold key from the eye socket above the door. The key dropped to the floor with a clatter. Drake lost his grip again, and this time he fell. Worm's tail got him before he hit the floor. Drake scrambled to pick up the gold key. "Look at the twins!" Dharma yelled at the Jane struggled to hold Melody. The twins were blinking, like they had just woken up. The silver and gold light had left their eyes. The silver and the gold light had left their eyes. Removing one key was have broken Mildred's hold on them. Drake realized. Uri, Zelda, you control the Naga again, he yelled. Tell your dragon not to hurt anybody. Mildred wrestled away from Jane and Dharma and jumped to his feet. No, the wizard foamed. Obey me. You cannot tell us what to do anymore, Uri said. We'll tell the Naga to return his peaceful home in the center of the earth. Zelda added. The big yellow eye turned toward the twin dragon masters. A large tear glistened there. The dragon stones began to glow. Mildred spun around and glared at Drake. Give me that gold key, he yelled. The dark wizard charged at Drake. But Jane left him again, this time grabbing him by the ankles. Then Dharma grabbed the red bottle from Mildred's pocket. The bottle containing the dragon's powers. Dragons, get ready, Dharma cried, and he pulled out the bottle's stopper. Chapter 13. Back in the bottle. Swirls of green, silver, and gold poured from the bottle and zoomed around the temple. Green energy swirled back into Worm. Silver energy struggled back into Ardent. Gold energy swirled back into Hema. It doesn't matter how peaceful your dragons are, Mildred said. You could not stop me before, and you will not stop me now. Oh yes, we will, Drake shouted. Every Dragon Master's stone began to glow green. Stop, Mildred! The five Dragon Masters commanded together. Worm lifted Mildred into the air with the power of his mind. I am more powerful than your dragon, Mildred thundered. He held up his hand, and red magic sizzled in his palms. But just as he about to attack, Ardent blasted Mildred with his silver shine. Hema blasted Mildred with gold beams. The Naga's yellow eye blinked. Then a huge beam of yellow light shot out and hit Mildred. The energy of the four dragons swirled around Mildred. Stop this now, Mildred foamed. He tried to hold on and attack the dragons, but the red energy fizzled out. I said, stop! The green, gold, silver, and yellow lights got brighter. They swirled faster and faster around Mildred. The wizard began to spin, faster and faster and faster. What should we do now? Our dragons can hold Mildred like this forever. Drake yelled his friends over the loud spinning winds. Then he heard Griffith's voice coming from the wizard tucked to his belt. Drake! Drake! Drake looked into the mirror and saw Griffith's face, and his friends Bo and Anna next to the wizard. You have caught Mildred just in time. The new spell is ready. We will finish Mildred for good, Griffith said. He showed Drake his hand, which had a mound of glittering powder. Quick, turn the mirror toward Mildred. Drake obeyed. The wizard was still spinning, caught up in the dragon powers. The glittering powder streamed from the mirror and surrounded Mildred. The Dragon Masters watched as the powder swirled with Mildred. His body transformed into hundreds of bustling red flies. Dharma held out of the empty bottle, and the flies flew right into it. Dharma slipped with the stopper. The others gathered around Dharma. They stared at the bottle. Good work, Griffith called out from the mirror. Did your spell just turn into Mildred a bunch of flies? Jane replied. Yes, Griffith replied. Now it is up to the 5 of you to make sure Mildred never returns. The mirror went dark. An echoing of buzzing sound came from the bottle. Uri and Zelda stared at it. How can we make sure he won't escape? They asked. That's a good question, Drake said. But you heard Griffith. We must make sure that Mildred never returns. The end.